In today's video, I'm going to break down absolutely everything that you need to know about the American Bulldog. Welcome back to the Canine Show. If we're just meeting, my name's Will. I'm a behaviourist and I'm the founder of FENRIR Wild Dog Food. American Bulldogs in their purest form existed in the States as far back as the 17th century, and they were often used for bull baiting and as fighting dogs. They were a firm favourite with butchers at the time. Today's modern American Bulldog ancestry can be traced back to these original Bulldogs found at the time in many pockets of mostly in southeastern America. They were bred not only as the fighting and bull baiting dogs we just discussed, but also as guard dogs to help protect their property and also to help round up hogs and cattle. They were extremely versatile dogs at the time and used in a wide variety of working roles. Now, unfortunately, no breed records were kept with farmers and other people breeding the dogs, but the end goal was to create a type of dog that would suit their specific needs. Now, as such, numerous different types of bulldogs were found in different regions of this southern America. But it's these different pockets of different American Bulldogs that form the foundation for the breed that we see today. And today's American Bulldog is often mistaken as being an American Pit Bull or an American Staffordshire Terrier, but they are actually not related whatsoever. The American Bulldogs are never overly aggressive, nor are they nervous dogs by nature. But what they are is actually known to be a very determined, confident and brave dog. Yet with these fantastic characteristics that help them in their guarding and working roles, they are actually very naturally also gentle, loving and devoted dogs to their families. This combination of the temperament, which makes them not only great workers but great companion dogs, is one of the reasons why they are one of the most popular companion animals in the country and they've spread vastly around the world. The average life expectancy of an American Bulldog is a very decent amount between 10 and 15 years when properly cared for and fed a good quality diet. Like now I mentioned at the start of the video, to help you ensure that you're giving your dog the best quality diet possible, that's why we produce FENRIR Wild Dog Food. It's a completely grain-free diet based on our dog's ancestral dietary requirements, made with freshly produced local meats and healthy vegetables, which is what dogs absolutely thrive on. Now we offer 25% off your first order and then an additional 10% off every order when you have it delivered directly to your door as and when you need it. Absolutely no contracts, you can cancel at any time, you can skip an order if you've got too much, bump an order up if you need it quickly. We try to make it as convenient as possible and as cheap as possible so as many people as possible can rest assured knowing that they're feeding their dog the best possible diet to give them the best chance of a long and healthy lifestyle. American Bulldogs are extremely sensitive dogs, especially to voice. Now, they are known to be a little bit stubborn and independent by nature, as are many dogs that have a lot of working or guarding in their history. However, that often makes them not necessarily ideally suited to first-time owners. However, if you can break through that potentially independent and stubborn streak and make sure that you reinforce extremely tight, consistent boundaries right from day one, and being aware that they are quite sensitive dogs and making sure that you're using a mostly positive-based reinforcement system of training on a regular, consistent basis, you can actually have an incredibly obedient dog with the American Bulldog. The American Bulldog is a dog that I would personally love to see more involved in things like obedience and agility, because they have that amazing ability of having good intelligence. They're quite eager to please, really want to work alongside their owners, yet they're also very athletic dogs that can work for long periods of time, which is a much better bonus over their English and French Bulldog cousins. So it'd be nice to see people more committed to taking their dogs to things like agility and obedience and really letting them stretch their legs with actually quite a high level of potential in terms of trainability. Now, males can grow 71 centimetres tall and will often weigh upwards of around 50 kilos, with females being a little bit shorter and a little bit lighter, like the vast majority of breeds. And like I just mentioned, they are very athletic, powerful looking dogs, and they're much longer in their leg than their English and French cousins, which is what gives them that much larger, taller, more athletic appearance. They still have those very broad heads that are very typical of all bulldogs, and it's pinnacle of the start of their body from their heads all the way to their back, which is extremely muscled, powerful and strong. American Bulldogs are low maintenance on the grooming front because they have those very short, tight and close lying coats, and it means that they require actually very little attention. Now, unfortunately, they are prone to some skin allergies more than many other breeds, so it is really worth giving them a good once over once a week and maybe speaking to your vet about some creams, ointments or specific things you can use to wash your dog to help with these potential skin allergies. Now, if you're lucky to have a dog that doesn't suffer from any of those skin allergies, really all you need is probably once weekly brushing, and maybe not even a brushing, and just wiping over with a chamois cloth will just remove any dead or shed hairs and keep your American Bulldog looking tip-top. Now, like I said, American Bulldogs are very intelligent and they're also very energetic, inquisitive dogs. That means that they also need to have not only a lot of daily exercise, but it also needs to be combined with a lot of mental stimulation to not only tire out their active bodies, but also to tire out their intelligent, active minds. Now, ideally, I would recommend a good 1 hour walk twice a day. And ideally, as part of that walk, you want to be encouraging some good time off lead, as long as it's in a safe environment and your dog's under complete control, where they can really stretch their legs and blow off steam, and also either incorporate into your daily walking routine or while you're at home, some daily, even when they're getting older, some daily obedience work to really tire out their minds and harness in for that need of them wanting to work for you. It's a fantastic way of giving them good mental stimulation, and it really helps to keep a dog tired, relaxed and happy. And a tired dog is a happy dog, and these tired dogs tend to be much better behaved dogs. So as always, to summarise, we'll break down the positives and negatives, because there is both pros and cons to every single breed. And then that way you can put that up against your lifestyle and your circumstances and see if they might be the right breed for you. Now, starting with the pros, they are intelligent, loyal and devoted canine companions that thrive on lots of exercise and mental stimulation if you're the type of person that likes to be outdoors and active. They're very low maintenance on the grooming front, not shedding much hair and requiring very little in terms of grooming or brushing. They are fantastic watchdogs, which also transitions well to good guard dogs, and they form very deep relationships with the entire families, including children of all ages. But as with all dogs, especially these larger dogs, you need to make sure you're extra careful around smaller children, as accidents can and will happen, especially with young American Bulldogs that tend to be quite boisterous and playful. Now that segues quite nicely into the negatives, as that's kind of both a pro and a con, but some of the other cons are that they're not necessarily the best choice of first time owners because of that independent, stubborn nature that can come through if you're not confident and experienced and skillful in being able to train a dog. Like I did mention, they are very exuberant, boisterous, active dogs, especially when they're puppies, so you really need to be very consistent with them, which also means that you need to make sure their training and socialisation starts from day one. Now, if you don't get that right, they are known to be a little bit not only stubborn and headstrong, but they can also show a slightly more, I don't want to use the word aggressive, but it's not uncommon for them to be aggressive towards other dogs, other animals, and especially as they do have a higher prey drive, that can be a serious issue if you're not well socialising your dog from day one. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you are new here, so you never miss another video here on The Canine Show.